Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everyone. This week I've got a very short video for you. You're about to find out why. Stay tuned. So I found myself to be the unlucky recipient of a case of COVID right before Christmas. I'm just now starting to get clear of it, and I was surprised because I had it once before back in the original round, and lost smell and taste, had all the symptoms then. This time I didn't lose smell and taste for a while, so I didn't think it was COVID, but then eventually I tested, and then like a day later all that stuff started to go out. So I'm just now starting to get back my sense of smell and taste, but I figured, what the hey, I'll keep up the rhythm of never missing an upload each week, and this week I'll just give you the haul of what I got with some very, very, very early impressions. I cannot stress to you guys enough, my nose is still recovering, so it comes and goes, like I get waves and stuff like that, but still I want to talk to you about the stuff I got today because I'm very excited about it. Well, I didn't get it today. The stuff I got, I'm going to talk to you about this day because I'm excited about it. Stay tuned. No, I already said stay tuned. See, I've got brain fog going on. So I've got a series here because I have a friend who recently went to Italy, and she brought back with her just some excellent, excellent treats for me. The first one that I'm going to talk about, and I'm not going to really go into it because I want to go into it a little bit more depth later on though, is this Discovery set. So they just came back from Italy and found a lot of cool things, but right outside of the Vatican there is a perfume shop that claims that it is the perfumer for the Pope for the Vatican. I have to look into it to see if I can verify any of these claims, but even if it's not true, I still kind of like the novelty of it. This brand, I think it's Farmacia Vaticana, or MMXVIII, which I don't know what the Roman numeral is for that one, but it's hard to try and nail it down. Either way, I have gone through and smelled these. The first impressions were positive, but like I said, I want to get into them a little bit more and smell them later on. But they are cool. I got this little, it's like a little Discovery, like I think these are like 7.5 milliliter. Oh, they're 5 milliliter bottles. So I can't wait to get into those, and I'm going to discover them more later. Okay, next up I'll talk about two fragrances that I picked up kind of for myself as like a little gift. One of them I've been wanting to get for a while. The other one I just found out about. So we'll start with that one. And I'll pull off a thing here. Again, I'm going to be very brief with these because I don't trust my impressions fully for the last few weeks. I don't trust that my impressions for the last few weeks are correct, but from static olfactive, I've got Into the Wild, and I just bought the little $30 small one because I just wanted to smell it. I saw Ross from TLTG talk about this on his channel, and frankly, the way he described it made me think that I would like it because there are some notes that he is not a fan of that I'm very much a fan of. So the way he described this thing, thought that I would be a big fan of it. Then after I got it, I saw that George, the Fragrance Apprentice, had also talked about this one. Quite different from Ross. Ross seemed to not like it. At least that was the impression I got. Whereas George thinks it's the best thing ever. I am somewhere in between. I do totally get the In the Wild. This is supposed to be standing in the middle of a forest, and I do get that kind of fresh, brisk, cool, foresty air, and I like that aspect. But if you know anything about me or this channel, you're going to see this next one coming if you're familiar with this fragrance, which is that it has a huge soapy note in it, and it bums me out. Like because I really like the scent, and if they would just dump out whatever that soapy note is, I feel like I would like it so much more. But as it stands, it just kind of overrides the whole thing. So it makes it so I'm like kind of trying to enjoy it in spite of this thing, as rather than just enjoying it where, you know. So, I mean, whatever. Can't really hold the fragrance against it for not being something that you wanted. But man, this just feels like it's really close to me, and if they would have just dumped that one accord. But I do think this is interesting. I think this is better than a lot of other things I've smelled. My first impression was that this smelled like Artisan Blue from John Varvatos. I did a side-by-side. That is not the case. They both are very soapy, but this one's very different besides the soapy note. Anyway, I would say check this brand out. I'm gonna dig into this one a little bit more and talk about it more on my channel at some point down the road. The other fragrance, which I have had a little bit of time with before COVID, and I'm going to talk about this one a lot more down the road, is Sado Naso from Nasomatto. And this is actually my first Nasomatto fragrance. I had a sample of Black Afghano and I really enjoyed it, and I planned to pick up a bottle of that at some point. But I wanted to pick this one up for a different video that I'm gonna be doing down the road. Again, down the road. I've just got some ideas for videos I want to do. So this is going to be part of it, and I love this one so much. I don't want to talk about it too much because I want to talk about it more in the video, expand upon it, but it smells so interesting. I think, I'm not sure, I've recorded a video of my first impressions of it because I thought that would be useful for the other video. This is such a good smell. It's like sweet, chocolatey. There's kind of a little edge to it, some sort of a little animalic edge. If you've seen the ad for this, it isn't what the ad portrays it to be. I feel like I have some friends who did have some strong feelings. I think they said it smelled like a chocolatey butt. I don't get that. I do get a little bit of an edge, but I think overall it's just a really super cozy, comfy, musky, chocolatey, sort of sweet, a little bit of a honey sort of thing, you know? I love this one. I love it. I can't wait to spend more time with it. Perfect for fall and winter because it's just that right kind of fragrance. Lasts a really long time too, like you would expect a Nasomatto to. So this one, absolutely check it out. Okay, another one here that my wife gave me. I have been slowly collecting all of the fragrances in the Declaration line from Cartier, and this is Haute Fraîche. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Haute Fraîche. Haute Fraîche. Anyway, again, the reason I asked for this one is because I want to do a series on this line. I think it's a really interesting line. I've talked about the regular EDT before, but I've got some other ones that I haven't talked about. This being one of them. I think this one is super interesting. I think this is one of the most interesting flankers from this line that I've smelled. I love this. This is like spicy green tea. And when I say green, I mean like just green as in green, the stuff around me. Like it's a very green fragrance. It's also very much a tea fragrance. Oh, it smells so good. I can't wait till I can smell fully so I can appreciate it. But I feel like this is gonna be like a spring scent, immaculate spring scent. It's just so fresh, so zingy. I love the crap out of this. It smells so good. Okay, next up, I have one you probably haven't heard of. I happened to see it randomly online, saw that it was a clone of a fragrance that I am obsessed with but don't want to spend $550 for, and so I asked for it and I got it. And this is Misk Fleur from Hamidi, which is a sub-house of Sterling, which is the same house as Armaf. So this is a clone from basically Armaf of a Louis Vuitton fragrance that I didn't really hear anyone talk about, and the reason why I think is because it's $550. This is a clone of Stellar Times from Louis Vuitton. I gotta say right off the bat though, I love this bottle. It's weighty, it feels good. And again, I asked for this one because I want to do a comparison of kind of little known clones. But I will say, this one is excellent. It is not perfect. I don't think there are very many clones that are perfect, but I'm glad that it was Armaf that was taking a swing at Stellar Times, because Stellar Times is a fragrance I have an impossible time trying to describe. It's just, to me, kind of a bright, musky fragrance. You get this like contrast between these citruses and then these very soft, musky, like floral musks. And I think it's probably a little bit more feminine. I don't care though, it's just so addictive. Even my mother-in-law, who hates fragrances, she smelled this and she's like, ooh, I like that. Like, it's just a really interesting scent profile DNA. My feeling about the Louis Vuitton one is that it's so good, but I don't know, $550, that's insane for something that, like, pretty sure it's just a whole lot of musks and citruses. I don't mind the idea of spending more money on a fragrance if it's got like the raw materials that justify it. You know, if it's got like real ambergris or real deer musk or something like that, like a Rouge L'Adoré stuff. But I don't think the Louis Vuitton one does. So it's just hard for me to understand how they can justify that kind of price. Oh, really? No more light. That being said, I still absolutely love the DNA. I want to scratch that itch, and that's basically what I wanted this clone for. I wanted to see how good of a clone it was, if it would do that for me, and I'm going to talk about this more in the video coming up. Long story short, I think it does. I think it is very well made, very well crafted, and is very evocative of the thing that it's trying to clone. So, another one, good one from Armoff, Misk Fleur. God, it smells, it's really like a really addictive smell. Like this is one of those smells where I just want to smell it all the time, but I don't know if I want to wear it. It's probably the thing that I would love for my wife to have as her signature scent, because it's the sort of thing I constantly want to catch whiffs of this. It's such a beautiful smell. Anyway, all right, as a little bonus that was sent with that Hamidi fragrance, I got a bottle of a Tea Rose Attar from, let's see, who is this? Solo Collection, which I think is also a sub-house of Sterling. Yeah, it is. Sub-house of Sterling. I've never had any Attars before. This is the first one. First smell is beautiful. It just smells like a very classical tea rose scent. So it's got that kind of vintage thing without smelling too much like a grandma. I'm looking forward to wearing that one a little bit more because I do love tea fragrances and rose fragrances. Winner on both accounts. Okay. Rounding out here, we have the Mama Jamma, the one that I was really hoping for, very excited to get, and actually ended up getting it twice. And that was Stronger With You, Absolutely. So this is one, I've been trying to get this one for like a year. Hard to get in the States. It pops up and then it's sold out before I get a chance. So I just started asking people, like I have friends that are traveling internationally, and I say, hey, keep an eye out for these. If you see them, grab them for me, I'll pay you back, whatever. And that same friend that went to Italy brought back a bottle of Stronger With You, Absolutely. Unbeknownst to her or me, my wife had also found a bottle and bought it. So I ended up with 2 bottles of this, but that's okay because I love this scent. Now, granted, I haven't had my full faculties, my full olfactory sense since I got it, but first impression is very positive. It does strike me a lot like Azzaro's Most Wanted, but I think that it does some things a little bit different that I find valuable. So I would say it has much more of a boozy note, I feel like, than the Azzaro's Most Wanted has. But in general, I sprayed them on both hands here this morning. The Armani lasts a lot longer. It seems like I sprayed that on an hour before the Most Wanted. And it's been several hours since then, and I still smell the Armani fairly strongly, and the Azzaro is still there, but it's died down, which is a surprise to me because the Most Wanted has been one of the stronger performers in my collection that I've noticed. It really hangs on a really long time. That may be the case here, but it seems like initially the Armani lasts a little bit longer. As far as the scent itself goes, this rich, sweet, vanillic, chestnuts, rum. You get all of the notes that are listed there, kind of creating this really warm, cozy fragrance. Again, if you want something like this, but you don't want to go through the pain of trying to get a bottle of this, you could probably get the Most Wanted and get most of the way there. But I do think that there is something different about this that makes it worthwhile, interesting, and if you don't have either of them, it might be worth checking this one out if you can get a bottle of this, because I do think it is a little bit better than the Most Wanted. That being said, both of them are such beautiful scents. I don't think you're really going to go wrong either way. Definitely going to talk more about this one coming up because it's just such a great scent. But that is the haul that I have for Christmas. I hope you all had a great one. I hope you're all going to have a great new year too. Hoping to put together a larger video or a couple of videos here for kind of a end of the year awards. So I'm going to be doing that, working on that for the next few weeks. But I wanted to get something up this week for sure. So hope you're having a good one. Let me know your thoughts. If you got something for Christmas, let me know in the comments and we'll all celebrate together. Anyway, talk to you soon. Bye.